Hi, welcome back. My name is Francesca. I'm glad you made it to my channel. So today we're going to do lots of twisting, detoxifying the body from the inside. And we are going to use 2 blocks for this class. So make sure you grab 2 blocks and get ready. Meet you on the mat. So today we're going to start in child's pose. Get into your child's pose by bringing the knees nice and wide onto the mat, bringing the big toes close together, maybe all the way to touch. Drop the hips down to the heels, walk the arms forward. Let your forehead come down to the mat. If your hips are high up to the air, it's hard for you to release them down towards the heels, or your forehead is not comfortably coming down to the mat, you can either grab one of your blocks or maybe just stack 2 fists on top of each other and rest your forehead down to the mat. And so find a position for you, what's comfortable for you. And then close your eyes. And gently shift your focus to your breath. Feel the energy in the fingertips as you press the hips further back towards the heels, melting the chest down towards the mat. Opening up through the hips. Deep inhale through the nose. Slow, deep exhale out through the nose. And gaze up towards the fingers. Lift up the chest slightly away from the mat. And then slide your right arm underneath your body. Release the right ear down to the mat. And place a little pressure onto your right shoulder, twisting your upper body slightly. Reach your left arm forward, spread through the left fingertips, releasing the knuckles on the left palm down to the mat. Good, then come on back up. And then switch it out to the other side. Reach your left arm underneath your body, turn the left palm to the ceiling. And then relax your left ear and left shoulder down to the mat. But still reaching your right arm forward, rotating the right tricep down to the mat. Good, then come on back up and rise up all the way into a tabletop position, all fours. Knees down underneath the hips, toes are pointing towards the back of the room. Pull the belly in, press the left palm down into the mat, lift up from the wrist, elbow and shoulder joint, and then reach the right arm to the ceiling. Open up like you're trying to touch the ceiling with the right fingertips. And as you exhale, twisting your upper body, reach the right arm underneath the body without releasing the shoulder down to the mat. Use your core and inhale, lift the right arm back to the ceiling. One more time, exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, lift the right arm to the ceiling. And as you exhale, turn and twist, this time you're going to stay here. Right shoulder, right ear comes down to the mat. Now feel how your hips are right directly over the knees. Squeeze gently onto the outer hips and lift the left arm to the sky. With the next inhale, lengthen through the spine. And the next exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Now bend your top arm, your left arm, and reach back behind your back for a little bit of a half bind here. Use that bind to roll the left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Now you can stay here. You can play with your legs by shifting the weight to the right knee, maybe lifting the left knee away from the mat. Maybe lifting the left foot away from the mat. Maybe extending the left leg all the way to the ceiling. Engage the belly. You can even play with the top leg by bending the top leg, reaching back for your foot or ankle. And then release the leg. Release the knee down to the mat slowly. Come up from this bind. Push the earth away with the left palm one more last time. Reach the right arm to the sky. And exhale, come on back down, hands down onto the mat. Pull the belly in, lift up from the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, and lift the left arm to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, turn and twist without releasing the left shoulder down to the mat. Then inhale, come on back up, lift the left arm to the sky. Exhale, twist, turn, reach. Inhale, back all the way to the ceiling. And then exhale, turn and twist, release the left shoulder down to the mat. Turn the left palm to the ceiling, left ear down to the mat. Good, then squeeze the outer hips, keep the hips over the knees. Lift the right arm to the sky. Use the right arm to reach more to the ceiling, find more length through the spine. Then as you exhale, bend your right elbow, reach back behind your back. Feel free to stay here or shift the body weight all the way to the left leg. Lift the right knee away from the mat or maybe extend the right leg all the way to the ceiling. Finding the length through the spine Or if you did on the other side, you can always bend the top leg, reach back for your foot or ankle, capture that. Good job. And slowly release the top leg. Come on back onto your knee. Release from the bind. Push the right palm into the mat. One last time, lift the left arm to the ceiling. And then come on back, hands and knees, tabletop position. Walk your hands a couple inches more forward. Tuck your toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Palms are shoulder distance apart. Bend your knees slightly. Lift the tailbone higher. Pull the belly in. Gaze back towards your toes. Good. Now bring your feet a little wider and walk them just a little bit closer to your hands. So you come into this wider leg, mini down dog. Root down through the left palm and reach the right fingertips to the outside of the right leg. You may catch the outside of the right knee, that's the left knee, the outside of the left knee, or maybe all the way down to the outside of the left ankle. Push the earth away with the left palm and rotate the left tricep down towards the mat. Then see if you can bend your right elbow maybe a little bit more. And pull your upper body closer to the lower body. Maybe twist your upper body by gazing underneath the left armpit. Then release. Right palm comes down. Then reach the left arm to the outside of the right leg. Find the outside of the right knee, or maybe sliding the head further down towards the ankle. Pushing the earth away with the right palm, rotating the right tricep down to the mat. Start to bend the left elbow and pull the upper body closer to the lower body. Maybe start to gaze up to the ceiling underneath your right armpit. Find that breath, slow inhale, and use the exhalation to twist the body a little bit more. Good, then release the hands down to the mat. And start to walk your feet all the way behind the wrists. Keep the feet hip distance apart. You can even make the feet a little wider, all the way mat distance apart. It feels so good. Then let the upper body to fall forward. Come on into this ragdoll uttanasana. Grabbing onto opposite elbow, swaying the body from left to right. Getting a nice release in your lower back. Tucking the chin towards the chest. Good. And release the hands down to the mat. Start to walk the fingers behind the right ankle. Then pull the forehead towards the right shin. You can feel your outer right hip, your right glute, your IT bend here on the right side. Good, then walk the fingers all the way to the left side. And bring the fingers behind your left ankle. Pull the forehead towards that left shin. Breathe more length. Find that stretch in the left side body. Good job. Come back to center. Now for this one, you can always use a block. You can place the block underneath your shoulder. Place the left palm underneath your left shoulder. Bend your left knee and reach the right arm to the sky. Good. Now find more length through the spine by pulling the belly in, reaching the crown of the head forward. Then as you exhale, bend your top arm and reach back behind your back. Roll the right shoulder up to the sky. Find a twist. Good. Reach the right arm back to the ceiling. Exhale, release. Go to the other side. Your right palm comes underneath the right shoulder using the block. If you don't need the block, don't use it. Bend your right leg and then lift the left arm to the ceiling. Find again a nice long spine. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend your top arm, the left arm, and reach back behind your back for a half bind. Roll the left shoulder to the ceiling. Lift up from the right shoulder. Good. And then slowly release. Release the hands down to the mat. Bring your feet a little closer together. Grab a block and place it all the way high up in between the inner thighs. Good. Then place your hands onto your outer hips and rise up all the way into a standing position. So squeeze that block right in between the inner thighs. Feel how your outer hips are turning on, your glutes are turning on as well. Feel all four corners of your feet pressing firmly down to the mat. Then inhale, lift the arms up. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone under, feel the length through the spine. Good. Then bring the fingertips aligned with the shoulder. Roll the shoulders back, pull the shoulders back into its socket. Without moving the hips, squeeze onto those blocks or onto that block. Reach the right arm back behind you and just twisting your torso in your upper body. So keep feeling how you're turning the right hip slightly more forward. So you're squaring the hips towards the front. And then you're reaching with the right fingertips back behind you. Take a deep inhale, squeeze onto the block, and then see if you can twist a little bit deeper with your exhale. Inhale, come on back up, lift up the arms, pull that belly in. Try not to push the front ribs forward, pull that back into the center line. Then release the arms forward, pull the shoulders back into their socket. Keep the hips facing forward, try not to move at all in your hips. Reach the left arm back and turn in your torso. So almost feeling like you're turning the left hip forward and pulling your left fingertips back behind you to find a twist more into your upper body. Good. And then come on back to center. Good. Bring the arms in front of you and sit down into your chair pose. Really squeeze the block in between your inner thighs, tuck the tailbone under, sit down deep. Feel most of the body weight back into your heels. Good. You can even lift up the toes, make them nice and light. If you gaze down, you should be able to see your toes, shifting the body weight back towards the heels. Good. We have another twist here. So squeeze onto the block. Again, do not move the hips. Just reach the right arm back behind you, turn in your torso, and rinsing out the body, pulling the belly in, using the core muscles, so twisting the upper body a little bit deeper. Stay with the breath. Deep inhale. Use the exhale to twist and turn a little bit deeper. Come back to center, reach the arms forward, pull those shoulders back, pull the ribs back, and then exhale, turn and twist in the upper body towards the left side. Turn the left hip more forward. Spread the fingers, feel the energy in the left finger. Imagine that someone's pulling you back through the left fingers and turning your upper body a little bit deeper. Good, and come back to center. Squeeze onto the block, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, come down, Uttanasana. Release the block from the inner thighs. Place it down on the top of the mat somewhere. Plant the hands down to the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. Rotate the triceps down, press the knuckles down towards the mat. Lift up from your wrist joint. Create space for your neck. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up the tailbone to the sky, and maybe bend your knees to make your spine even longer and straighter. Bring your feet a little closer together. Inhale your right leg up to the ceiling. Good. And then bring your right knee to the left tricep underneath your body. See if you can keep both elbows straight and lift the right knee a little bit higher up towards the left tricep. Spread the fingers. Use the core. Round through the upper spine. Good. Inhale, bring the right leg back up. One more time, exhale. Bring it to the left tricep. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, twisting your upper body, bring it to that left tricep. Good. Inhale your right leg back to the sky. Exhale, step the right leg all the way forward in between the palms. Keep the back heel lifted. Separate your feet so they are hip distance apart. It's going to be easier to balance there. Then place the left palm down to the mat and reach the right arm to the ceiling. Now, if you don't have a block in between the inner thigh, it would be impossible, but still have that same sensation as you hug the right hip back into the center line, and imagine that you can hug the hips towards each other, hug the inner thighs towards each other, and again, twist more in the upper body. Lifting the left frontal hip bone away from the mat, lifting the left kneecap away from the mat. Release the right palm down to the mat. Keep that back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up into a high crescent lunge. Bend your right knee. Try to straighten the back leg. Lifting the left kneecap, especially the inner knee, away from the mat. Then bring the fingertips forward. Shoulders align with the fingers. Pull the shoulders back. Pull the belly in. Twist and turn in the upper body. Reach the right fingertips back. Left fingertips forward. And see if you can sink a little bit deeper into your hips, but stay nice and tall in your upper body. Good. Now release the back arm down onto your left leg, that's your right arm, and then start to lift the left arm towards the ceiling. Exalted warrior, find a twist in your upper body, and then find a nice back bend here, maybe sliding the right fingertips further down the back of the left leg. Good, then come on back to that twist by reaching the right arm back, the left fingertips forward, and just bring the palms to touch at your heart center. Good. Now keep the legs nicely bent, slowly start to lean forward, and then start to hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Pressing the palms together, lengthen through the back of the neck. Use the energy of the fingers, the palms, to really open through the chest. Lift up the left kneecap away from the mat. Take a deep inhale. Good, and exhale. Good job. Now gaze forward. Separate the palms, and then find those two blocks in front of you. Step up into a modified warrior 3, lift the back leg up and away from the mat. Lift up the left heel all the way hip height, then reach back to that left heel. Keeping the lifted leg straight, bend your right knee if you need it. Keeping the core strong. Good, make your fingers light. You're not trying to put all your body weight onto those blocks. Make sure that the left hand is right underneath your left shoulder. Place your right palm onto your lower back sacrum. Keeping the hips exactly like that, nicely leveled. Start to turn in your upper body. Twist your torso. Reach the left heel back. Keep the back of the neck long. And maybe add the arm. Coming into this twisted half moon pose. Take a deep inhale. Lengthen, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, turn and twist. Good, then release the hands down to the mat. Step at the top of the mat. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Coming into a nice forward fold. It feels so good here. Grab onto your big toes with the index finger and the middle finger. Lift up the chest, bend your knee. Make your spine nice and long, like a halfway lift. And as you exhale, start to pull the upper body close to the lower body. Push the elbows out to the side. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Release the crown of the head down. Find a nice stretch in the backs of the legs and your spine in your lower back. Good. And then release. Place your hands onto your outer hip. Then slowly with a flat spine, rise up to a standing position. Bring your feet closer together. Root down through the center of the left heel. Feel all four corners of the left foot pressing down to the mat. Pull the belly in and lift the right knee up and away from the mat. Flex the right foot. Good. Now you have the choice to just simply grab the outside of the right knee, keeping the left leg, the standing neck nice and straight. Start to turn and twist in your upper body by reaching the right arm back behind you. You can just hold the outside of your right knee here, or you can see if you can reach down to the outer arch of the right foot and maybe extend the right leg all the way forward. And you can find that twist in your upper body. Good. Make your standing leg nice and strong. Take a deep inhale. Turn and twist as you exhale. Nice job. Slowly release the knee or the foot, whatever you have. Bring the hands to your heart center. Find Samastiti. Inhale the arms to the ceiling, lift it all the way up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift up the chest. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into a high plank position. Bend your elbows, go through a Vinyasa, or just simply stretch back into a downward facing dog. Good. Coming back into that nice down dog. Letting the head to be heavy. Pushing the earth away. Melting the heels down towards the mat. Good. Then bring your feet a little closer together. Lift up the left leg up and away from the mat. Push the earth away. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the left knee all the way to the right tricep. Hug it in. Keep both elbows straight. Round through the upper spine. Then see if you can bring the left knee all the way to the right tricep. Good. Keeping the back leg strong. Inhale your left leg back to the ceiling. Now with the breath, exhale. Turn and twist. Bring the left knee all the way to the right tricep. Inhale. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale. Turn and twist one more time. Bring the knee all the way to the right tricep. Inhale. Left leg high to the sky. Exhale. Pull the knee towards the nose and step it all the way through. Low lunge. Again, if you use the block underneath your palm on the other side, you can do it on this side as well. If you don't need the block, you can plant the palm down onto the mat. Keep that back leg, the right leg strong and straight. Lift up the right kneecap and then lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Deep exhale as you turn just the upper body. Try to lift the right frontal hip away from the mat. And keep that right leg, the back leg, strong and straight. Good. Then release the left fingertips back down to the mat. Keep the back heel lifted. And inhale, rise up into a high crescent lunge. Good. Make your back leg strong. Bend your front knee a little bit more. Pull the left hip back into the center line. Hug the belly button in towards the spine and reach the arms forward. Turn the palms towards each other like you're holding a block in between the hands. Pull the belly in and pull the shoulders back into the socket. Without moving the hips, start to reach the left arm back behind you and the right arm forward. Bend your left knee a little bit more. Keep the back leg straight. Reach the fingers away from each other, open through the chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, turn and twist. Good. Now stay upright. Just bring the hands to the heart center. No. Stay upright. Just bring the back palm, the left palm down at the back of the right leg, and then slowly reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Come on into this exalted crescent lunge. Find a twist and find a back bend in the upper body. Good. Deep inhale. Stay here. Exhale, turn and twist. Come back into this upright vertical twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Then bring the hands to your heart center. Good. Stay upright. Pull the belly in. And then slowly start to lean with the upper body more forward. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press the palms together. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Push the right elbow into the outside of the left knee. And turn your upper body. Find your breath again. Feel that strong back leg. Soften the muscles around the face. So good. Nice job. Now slowly getting out from your twist. And then come on back onto your mat with the hands down onto your mat. Plant the hands down. Bring the palms shoulder distance apart. We're going to step up into that modified warrior 3 position. Lift the right leg up. Lifting the right leg from the right inner thigh. Checking onto the blocks, making sure the blocks are still right underneath your shoulders. Try not to lean too much into those blocks. Find the length through the spine. Now check onto the right palm, making sure that the right palm is directly underneath your shoulder, keeping the right leg lifted and engaged. Slowly place the left palm onto your lower back sacrum. Reach the chest more forward, find your balance, and then slowly turn your chest towards the left side. Good. When you're ready, add the arm, lift the left arm to the ceiling, open through the chest, soften the muscles around the face, and just breathe. Lift that back leg high. Take a deep inhale. So good. Slowly release the left palm down, step at the top of the mat. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Then slide your palms underneath your feet, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. Step onto the entire palm. Feel how your toes are touching your wrist crease. Inhale, lift up the chest, find a long spine. Exhale, melt all the way forward. See if you can place the belly onto the thighs. Lift the tailbone high. Push the elbows gently out to the side. And again, find length in between the ears and the inner shoulders. Good. Then release the hands from underneath the feet. Place your hands onto your outer hips and rise back up all the way to standing position. Now this time you're going to root down through the right leg. And then you're going to lift up the left leg up and away from the mat. Focusing on the standing leg. Make that right leg strong and straight without locking the right knee out. Feel just a gentle softness into your right leg. Flexing the left foot. Now you have the choice to either just grab onto that foot, placing the right palm to the outside of the left knee, and then gently start to turn and twist in your upper body. Reach the left fingertips back. Again, imagine that you have that block in between the inner thighs, you're hugging it in, and your hips are not moving at all. If you did that on the other side, you can grab onto the outer arch of the left foot, and then kick that left foot up in front of you, out in front of you, hugging the left hip back into the center line. Your left leg may go straight, it may stay bent, but try to focus on the standing leg. Make it nice and strong, nice and straight. Twist in your body, in your upper body. Take a deep inhale, reach with the back fingers. Exhale, turn and twist. So good. Slowly release. Bring the hands to your heart center. Samastiti. Close your eyes. Take a deep, slow inhale through the nose. And an open mouth, exhale, let it out. Good, blink your eyes open, inhale the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana with a flat spine. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into high plank position. Lower down to your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Come on down onto your knees. And then sit down onto your mat. And we're going to come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So reach the right leg forward and pull the left knee in towards the left sit bone. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the right foot. Now cross the left ankle to the outside of the right knee. If that's enough, keep the right leg straight. If you want to go a little bit further, you want to feel a little more stretch and opening in your hips, then bend your right leg and bring the right heel close to the left hip. Hug the left knee into your chest, and then see if you can melt both sit bones down towards the earth. Sit up nice and tall. Good, then walk your left fingertips behind you. And either hug that left knee into the chest with the right arm or hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Now focus on the length of the spine. Start that twisting sensation from your lower spine. Turn in your lower back first. Then start to bring the same energy up towards the middle spine, upper spine, and maybe gaze all the way over the left shoulder, finding a full twist here. Breathe more length through the spine. Feel how you're balancing the crown of the head right over the sit bones. Good, and then turn back. You're going to switch out the legs. So pull the right knee in. Bring the right heel close to the right sit bone. Make the left leg strong and straight. Sit up here. And then crossing the right ankle to the outside of the left knee. Making that right foot flat onto the mat. Keeping the left leg straight if you did that on the other side. Or bending the left leg. Bringing the right heel, that's a left heel. Bringing the left heel close to the outer arch of the outside of the right hip. Good, sit up nice and tall here again. Melt the right sit bone down to the mat. It wants to lift away from the mat. Good. And then bring the right fingertips behind your back. Find length through the spine. So use that back finger, the right fingers, to make your spine even longer. Try not to sink into the spine. Then start a twist in your lower spine. Move it up towards the middle spine, all the way to the top. And maybe gaze to the back. You can keep the left fingertips around the right knee. If you did that on the other side, you can hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Use the energy of the back fingers, lifting the energy up from the sit bones all the way to the crown of the head. Deep inhale, twist, turn, all the way exhale. Good job. Come back to center. Stretch the legs all the way forward. Bring the right leg out to the side. Bring the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale, lift up the arms. Turn slightly over to the right leg and then melt your upper body. Bring the forehead towards the right knee. Deep inhale. Melting down as you exhale. Now lift up the chest. Bring the left leg out to the side. Bring the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. Inhale, lift up. Twisting your torso and exhale. Melt all the way down. Deep inhale, lift up the chest. Length through the spine. Exhale, melt, fold all the way down. And slowly walk the fingers back. I'm going to lay down onto our mats. Bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat. And one vertebrae at a time, come all the way down onto the mat. Plug the knees onto your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. And then cross your right knee on top of the left knee. Bring the arms into a goal pose. Shift the hips to the right and let the knees fall over to the left. Such a nice deep twist here. If that feels a little too much, you can come into a regular supine twist, or maybe when keeping the knees together, dropping them all together to the left side. Gently gaze over the right shoulders. Use your left palm, left arm to soften the knees down towards the earth. Deep, slow inhale. Twist and turn, exhale. Good, and slowly come on back to center. Hug the knees onto your chest. Nice squeeze into your chest. I'm going to switch it out to the other side. Cross the left knee on top of the right. Arms into a goal post. Shift the hips to the left and let the knees to fall over to the right. Gently gazing over the left shoulder, turning the left palm to the ceiling so you can feel a nice stretch in your left side chest as well. Closing the eyes and choosing a different leg variation if this feels still a little too intense to you. Deep, slow inhale and exhale. Just allowing the gravitation to do the job here. Twist your body, rinsing it out. So good. And then slowly come back to center. Hug the knees back onto your chest. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Little squeeze, little hug. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling, legs up against the wall pose. Or if you want, you can go into a plat pose by reaching the legs back behind you. If your toes are touching the mat, you can start to interlock the hands behind your back, shimmy the shoulder blades close together, pressing the pinky edge of your palm down to the mat. You can also feel free to just bend the knees, squeezing the knees towards the ears. Good. Calming the nerves here, coming back to that steady breath. And then gently and slowly, supporting your lower back, come on all the way back down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together today. Bring the palms, arms by your side, turn the palms to the ceiling. Let the knees to fall out to the side. Tuck the chin to the chest. And find your final Shavasana. Focusing on the steady breath in and out through the nose. Letting go of all your thoughts, your feelings. Softening the whole body, softening the hips, the belly, your fingers, your toes. And take another deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and gently let the air out. All the way to the bottom. Seal the lips. Bring the knees together. Hug the knees onto your chest. Keep the knees bent. Reach the right arm up and roll over to your right side. Just stay there for a moment. Just noticing the shift in the body, the shift in the mind. And then gently press yourself up. Come into a comfortable seated position. Sukhasana, crossing the shin bones. Hands on your thighs or at your heart center, wherever it's more comfortable. Gently tuck the chin towards the chest. Slow, steady inhale through the nose. Slow exhale out through the nose. And then gently blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing and flowing with me today. It was a great way to detoxify our bodies, so keep practicing that whenever you need it to get rid of all the bad stuff from your body, and just really focus on your breath when you're doing this twisting, lengthening through the body as you inhale and twisting as you exhale. All right, if you like this video, please press the like button and then also subscribe to my channel. Suggest any videos, what you like to do. I would absolutely love that. And please keep coming back to your mat. Practicing yoga is a daily thing. Focus on your breath. Namaste. See you next time.